interesting report that appeared on the BBC earlier this week. There's evidence now, although this was a study done in laboratory animals rather than in humans, so we must bear that in mind, but the report indicated that Royal Lingzhi Plus does actually function as a weight loss ingredient, and this is news. We had not experienced that before. The study found that it would suppress in the laboratory animals the tendency to put on weight. And that's a little bit different than weight loss, but in our constant battle against obesity, which is such a prominent part of life in the 21st century, although certainly still more studies are needed, it does appear that Royal Lingzhi Plus is going to play a role in our struggle against weight. But really the premise is that everybody wants a healthy body. A healthy body has the ability to recover and heal itself all by itself. Aging, a fast-paced life, pressures from work, pollutions, they can all weaken our body's ability to recover. If we have impaired abilities to recover, it opens the door to states of illness, diseases, just states of being not well. You don't have to be necessarily sick with anything to be unwell, and unwell is certainly a state that pervades society these days. So what we have to offer, primarily amongst many other ingredients, is the Lingzhi mushroom, and this gives us the opportunity to reinforce our self-recovery systems. Lingzhi is a key pillar of Chinese medicine on par with ginseng. According to the Almanac of Healing Herbs, Lingzhi enhances immunity and invigorates the function of the spleen and the lungs, and again, these are the TCM definitions of what Lingzhi can do. Lingzhi is known to replenish vitality and improve respiration. It can be used to counter fatigue, insomnia, coughs, and Lingzhi also lessens exhaustion and loss of appetite. It is particularly good for the heart, the lungs, liver, and the kidneys, all vital organs. So those are the TCM definitions. According to modern science, Lingzhi also has significant presence as a recognized supplement. Modern medicine recognizes Lingzhi for its antioxidant properties, and if you look at the labels in Canada, you will see that we definitely make the claim about the product being an antioxidant. This means it helps the body fight against the oxidative effects caused by free radicals, and those are generated just by being alive. If you're exposed to the outside air, radiation from the sun and beyond the sun into the cosmos, we all have hits from oxidizing radiation. Exercising is stressful. It causes the oxidative stress. Any illness that you might have, anything that you encounter in your diet, any stress from relationships results in oxidative stress in the body, and anything that we can find that will help protect against those things is certainly going to be good for our health. So, how then is the best of Lingzhi chosen? Considering that it's a mushroom that we talked about in last week's talk about taxonomy, it grows in China, grows in Japan, it grows in other nations. If you provide it with the right growth medium, it can grow in any country of the world. It is always possible to cultivate Lingzhi. Red Lingzhi is the best, and this has been established through hundreds of years of observation. And according to that Almanac of Healing Herbs, Lingzhi can be classified by its color. The best of the Lingzhis are the red mushrooms, followed by the black, the green, the white, the yellow, and the violet. Red Lingzhi has the highest medicinal value and is recognized for its outstanding quality. So this is the Lingzhi that Infinitus puts into its product. Well, a little bit more about the mushroom itself. Where does it come from? How is it grown? The Longquan district is the home of authentic red Lingzhi. And Longquan is in Zhejiang province. Hopefully I'm not handling these names too badly. But this particular district is known as the first source for Chinese Lingzhi. The reason for this being so is that Longquan possesses abundant forest resources featuring just the right temperature, just the right humidity, just the right soil conditions. Everything needed to cultivate Lingzhi with the highest medicinal value is found in Longquan, and that's where the best of the red Lingzhi comes from. These mushrooms are round and dense. They have distinctive color, and is generally considered to be superior to the other Lingzhi mushrooms found around the world. Part of the difference is the wood that the mushrooms are grown in. Red Lingzhi of highest quality is cultivated on hard basswood, and it is the basswood that contributes the nutrients found in the mushroom itself. It's always possible, and it's always done around the rest of the world, where lower grades of Lingzhi is cultivated on softwood or even sawdust, and that usually results in lower nutrient content. Now, besides, because Infinitus does control the places of growth, teaches the farmers how to go about their work in the best possible way, and provides instruction and materials for the production of Lingzhi, we do know that this red Lingzhi available in our products is grown organically without the use of herbicides or pesticides, and then treatment following the harvest ensure the highest quality and safety. The peak time for harvesting these mushrooms is actually ascertained visually. People go out and look at the mushrooms as they're growing on the logs and in the forest. The mushroom is ready to harvest when it displays 3.5 rings, similar to the rings of a tree. Many people have had the chance to see us at the events, and featured most prominently in the displays the company makes available are samples of the Lingzhi mushroom. And if you look at them, they truly are beautiful. They are large, they are silky in their appearance, and they definitely demonstrate these rings. And it's really been an empirical observation. It is simply found that when the 3.5 rings are easily detectable, that is when harvest time is most appropriate. And then again, only the best parts of the harvested mushrooms are used for Royal Lingzhi Plus. Inferior producers will go on and take the entire mushroom, just grind it up, put it into capsules. Generally, those are not as useful to human health. There's no replacing tradition in terms of processing. The freshly picked mushrooms themselves are dried for 24 hours using the traditional methods. These are carefully defined conditions of temperature and humidity, and during the drying process, the mushrooms themselves are shielded from contamination, and certainly conditions are such that there's no decay of the product. So, to summarize, we have made the product with selected red Lingzhi, which is cultivated on hard basswood, and it has been found historically by Infinitus. Remember, they have 4,000 people in their research and development department, that we present product with optimal polysaccharides. These are extracted using advanced technology. And now a word about extracts. It's important that we know. Ordinarily, when you view a herbal product and you look at the ingredient list, it will generally identify what part of the plant is being used in the product. And if you see that something is a root, most companies just take the root. I mean, they will go to the trouble of cleaning it, so you're not getting any extraneous material. They will really just grind the root up, so that most of what you're getting in the product, even if it's hundreds of milligrams, is not all that useful to the human body. Consider that the root is really just the part of a tree. I mean, the root underground has much the same properties as the portions that are above ground. And with that, every time you take a portion of the tree, what you're getting is a lot of cellulose, a lot of lignin, a lot of materials that are really just inert to human chemistry. They enter the body, they're not digested in any way, and then they are passed from the body. Extracts simply mean that there has been a removal of the active principles from the particular portion of the botanical in use. That is, the cellulose, the lignin, the other inert materials are discarded. Instead, the active ingredients have been solubilized either with water or ethanol, or in some cases vinegar. There are a few traditional standard solvents used for the removal of these things, and they are concentrated. So that when you look at a label, and some people make the comment, well, there's not very much in there, I'm looking now at a bottle of the Royal Lingzhi Plus, and it says every capsule contains 146.6 milligrams of Ganoderma lucidum, that's the Lingzhi mushroom, but it's present in extract form. Therefore, we are getting the best of the mushroom, leaving behind those materials that are not as useful to the human body. So if people come to you and say, well, there's just not a lot in there, what you're saying to them in return is, it contains a very strong amount of those portions of the mushrooms that are doing you some good. And it's the same with every other ingredient in these formulations. So we know that it's prepared as a Chinese medicine compound. They are designed for optimum efficacy and safety. Remember, this is a company that has more than 500 patents. All of these patents are with respect to the way the products are made, the way the products are tested, the way the products are combined. Infinitus is constantly combining the best of TCM with the best of modern technology to give us the products that we so enjoy. And we must remember as well that these global recognized bodies, the International Standards Organization, the testing laboratories, have all had their say in this. Infinitus is very proud in their presentations to make available to us the slides that indicate the thousands of tests that are done on the product before they reach us. I am convinced, because I see all the test results, these test results truly are in place. They're not saying they're doing tests without doing them. They genuinely do the tests. So this is what combines to make an outstanding product. Now remember, this talk has been primarily about Royal Lingzhi Plus, but we must also look at the entirety of the formulation. When one consumes capsules of this product, we are getting quite a bit more than just the Lingzhi mushroom. We're getting Cotinopsis, we're getting Porreococos, we're getting Atractylodes, Polygonatum, Lycium barbarum, Ophiopogon, and Qual lacrymojobi. All of these might not be entirely known to everybody, but remember, these are formulations prepared to the TCM principles. In this particular product, the emperor herb is the Ganoderma lucidum. The other herbs are all there in the right concentration and proportion to function in support of the emperor herb. So this is a polyherbal combination designed to support a truly outstanding ingredient, and that is why people are enjoying this product so much.